Hey guys, here is a painted update on the Shodo Ride Series Set 1. I'm actually quite surprised I managed to, with my daytime job and all that and doing all these other videos and photoshopping and all that, I managed to put enough time into these to paint these when they're still relatively relevant, because set 2 is not out yet, so hooray! So you can see how different they are when you do paint them compared to just using stickers. Now I will also tell you the different paints I use, so hopefully you'll be able to do this yourself. Some bits I use spray paint, some bits I use really fine brushes and different paints and all that. Now I can't remember the numbers of the paints on top of my head, but I'll put those in the video description below. Now I did use some stickers, but not all, and I'll go through each figure individually right now. First of all, of course I didn't bother painting the spare heads because there was no point, but I will say this, they are still, pretty nicely molded. They're identical molds to the other heads, just without the backing. So they're pretty pointless to just paint or do because, like I said, they don't have the backings. The ones with the build armors are a little bit different because they come with like smooth heads, so there's nothing on them. But you see that the regular heads, they still have all of the molding details on them and such. But again, it's just no point doing them. Okay, so with Zeo here, first of all, pretty much his entire base body was redone in a black spray. Now I actually used the Games Workshop paint, Chaos Black. It's a huge spray can. Now, Warhammer paint is quite expensive in Hong Kong because it's all imported directly from the UK, so just shipping fees alone is expensive. Plus, rent, rent prices in Hong Kong is quite expensive, so of course I had to put the price up even more. But Chaos Black, the most basic spray can paint, is relatively cheap compared to all the other paint, and that's the only paint I get from them because A, it's nice, good sort of base paint, it sticks in quite well to the plastic and it's quite hard to scratch off, and B, it gives this really nice matte black finish that really suits the suit designs of Kamen Rider, when they're wearing these nice black suits, very soft look. So that's what I use. So the entire thing, the entire base body was sprayed in black. The sword, it was also used this Chaos Black Warhammer spray can to spray. After that, let's actually start with the feet. Now the stand there is not painted. I just put the sticker on there. It's fine. I actually forgot to paint his boots, so I just applied the stickers there. I'll probably give that a flat acrylics finish, like just a flat spray, transparent, just to even it out, because flat spray paint actually works quite well on some of the stickers, as you see momentarily later. Oops. So I'll do that. The leg there, the silver, that's painted on. I did use stickers for the pink, metallic pink there because I didn't have any metallic paint colors. So I was just like, and then using stickers there does not remove any details whatsoever because it's originally flat there anyway. So I just applied stickers there. I did add silver paint on the bottom there. It's not a blue silver like the front, but I think it's because it's on the side. It doesn't matter, it shouldn't matter too much. So that's it for the legs really. So mostly just a matte black finish. And of course these front pieces here, you can actually pull off from the leg. So you don't have to worry about, spraying over that blue silver bit. And the feet, of course, I did mask this to spray the Chaos Black. That's fine. So moving up here, I actually forgot to paint silver down there, so I just put a sticker there. Again, that plastic there is flat, so no detail was lost from me doing that. Which is the biggest reason for painting these instead of using stickers, is that stickers do remove a lot of the details. So I just did that. Again, the hip is just Chaos Black. Now the belt here, I did paint a flat like silver on that. Just a regular flat silver paint. I didn't spray paint it, I actually painted that. But then after that, I masked this, and then I used a Tamiya gunmetal spray. Not too heavily, just sort of like just a little bit, just to get the color there, so it didn't look too glittery or anything like that. But you can see that this is a slightly darker shade of silver, just like it is in the show, so I'm quite happy with that. So I did that. Now the driver itself, first I did like a sort of a skull white color on there, and it didn't quite work because the paint wasn't sticking too well, and a lot of like dark marks around the edges. It was just sort of not sticking and just looked really watery and kind of crappy. So I gave it a second spray with a white primer spray, Mr. Primer spray, and it looks much better. Now there's still bits of black here and there, but I think it does a really nice sort of gives it a really nice, how do you call that, like a weathered look, just so some of the details do come out. So I think that looks quite nice there, so I did that. And then I just went over with black paint over the back, and then I went with silver paint there just for the watch for Zio, and then more black paint on top of that, so just because it's easier that way. A little bit of metallic green Gundam Marker pen there with just a drop of silver on this button there on top of the driver, so it looks pretty cool. And as for the middle there, I did cut the original sticker. The original sticker was to go over the entire face of the driver, but I was like, I'm not doing that because a lot of details will be missed. I see all that more detail, so I just sort of got a knife and just cut out the 2018 logo and just stuck it right in the middle, and I got a little toothpick to just make sure to push all of it in. So the torso plate there, again, just black paint, and then I went with like silver on the center there, and then silver on here. And after I did the silver, I just got pink marker pen and just pink it up. As for the blue bit, I mixed a bit of transparent blue with transparent purple, and I don't think I did a good job because it's not matching whatever it is on top there, that color. I'm not quite sure how to mix that color, which is one of the reasons why I also gave up on the feet to just try and repaint, try and get that color, because I'm not sure how to mix that. So, but I think it still looks alright. Like, it's not quite the same, but it's, I think, acceptable. Well, at least for me anyway. And I think the shoulder pads just sort of got lucky, I guess. It's a much closer color to it, but still not quite right, but it's still a close approximation of it. And that's pretty much just again Chaos black spray, but then I had to hand paint the pink and blue bits there. The back there, I accidentally painted extra silver there, so I guess I should cover that up with just black paint. I did paint the back silver and all that, and the back helmet silver. Now I didn't spray the back of the head with any matte finish. I guess I should do that, just mask it and just give it a black finish, but I'm quite happy as it is because I'm not going to see the back that often, so I think it's okay. Now with the head, of course, I did use the sticker. The reason why I didn't try to paint this is because A, look at all these tiny details there, I can't do that. And thinking, oh, what about the eyes? And just like silver it and put some pink there. Well, the stickers actually have a bit of a compound effect and a really shiny glow to it. So I've got the little circles there for the compound effect, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be able to do that, so the sticker, that's fine. So I just took these there, really squeezed these stickers down with my thumb, just really pushing down on it. Afterwards, got like a the end of a toothpick or something, and just really carefully, slowly push these stickers into the joint. So you can see that the 3D detail is still there, like not as pronounced as it would be if it's just plastic, but I think I've managed to push enough of the sticker down so that you can still get some of the bumpy details there. So I think that's kind of cool. On to the weapon there. I think I did a really good job there managing just to get it right. Like I did, so all black, and then just painted the little silver bits there, and I have to go back and retouch it with the black just to cover bits I painted out. Even a bit of silver on the back as well. And metallic green pen there, the Gundam Marker, just one dot there. And the back as well. No, I didn't do the back. As for here, again, just a pink pen and just a thin line of the green Gundam Marker pen just going down. You see a huge, really thin green line there. And I used the thinnest brush I could get to just wash the silver on there. And the silver here, I actually used, for a lot of the silver, I actually used the Gaia Colour paint silver. It's a really nice silver, and it matches like Kamen Rider stuff so well. Obviously, I got a flat finish on these, but if you were to use a gloss finish, it would look nice as well. I think I did a really good job on the sword. I'm quite proud of that because I've not been able to do that quite well. The best part about doing this is that because the 3D plastic is there, it's not really gonna paint this out of line, because you just paint right up to the edge and just move the pen around it, and it should do just fine. And so you got the name of the sword there, so it's pretty cool. Onto the hands, just silver all the way around here after chaosing black it. And as for the hand itself, I'm actually using stickers here for this because I was like, I'm a bit lazy, I don't want to paint this bit myself. So I silvered this up. I think it looks really great. After the flat spray, it matches really well with the rest of the hand, where I did bother using silver and pink paint. I was just winging it here because the fingers themselves don't have any molding patterns. I couldn't follow a molding pattern, but the thumb did. So the thumb's very accurate, but the hand is just sort of a guesswork. So you can see it's a bit messy, but I think for a small figure, it does look alright. Now for the spray open hands, they all are properly molded with the finger armor. so that was quite easy just to trace the bump on the hand and paint all the silver, and then paint pink on top of the silver, and then just go back with a really thin brush with black paint just to fix any bits I did mess up. And again, the palm, the back of the hand there, the back of the hand does use a sticker sheet, but with the spray over it, it looks quite natural. It doesn't really look like a sticker sheet anymore, so that's pretty cool. So that's Zio. So gates here, the entire body pretty much has a metallic red spray all over it, just normal metallic red spray. The armor there has black paint on top of that. Of course I had to mask this brown area because I didn't want to mess that up. Same with the shoulder pads, and just spray the silver on those. And then afterwards I went with the like a yellow pen to go over it, and because yellow is okay drawing over silver, that's fine. Painted the rest of these knee pads in black. I actually painted these black lines there. I could have just used a sticker, but I didn't. And the boots also, you know, got the black paint on top of the metallic red. Silver on here. You see I did paint the blacks on the back as well. And the black on the back of the helmet. Mask again, it's just sticker, and the toothpaste just really rubbing it in. And you see the hands itself also has the silver like paint go all the way around over. And the fingers have the yellow paint again. I was just winging it, so it doesn't look too good. The hands themselves were originally in a red color, so I again just had to black it all out because that made more sense. And the bow and arrow, again, I'm quite proud of it. Metallic red all over first, using a primer as a base, a pink primer, Mr. Primer as a base, because the original plastic was black. So if you try to spray like metallic or any other color on top of black plastic, it's not that good. So primer base first, and then paint a metallic red coloring, and then paint black on top of that on where it should be. Add the silver details with just like the Gaia Colour again, and then this splash here, I actually painted this bit yellow first because yellow on red is much better than yellow on black, and then I've got the black paint on top. So the order of this area is primer, metallic red, yellow, black paint, and then of course finally a gloss protection all over it. And I think I managed to get the words sort of there. I might have lost a bit of detail. The detail wasn't there in the first place. It was a bit blurry, but I just looked at the photos online of the weapon and just sort of tried my best to trace it. And I can sort of see the word there. I think it looks okay. Once again, the hand is very easy to paint. Now, I didn't actually use stickers for Gates' hands. All of them actually just have silver paint and then metallic red on top of that to make it stand out. And the yellow fingers, again, silver paint to make it like stand out, and then yellow on top of that. So these are all these fingers are painted. With the build armor figures, both Zio and Gates, I just use the Chaos Black paint on them, and I didn't bother adding any more details on these. So got like these just black palm open hands, as well as the fists are black as well. So yep, black feet with silver finishing just on top of that. I didn't really do anything to these bits there. I just use a matte finish on the entire leg to give it just a better look. Pink primer on these two pieces there, and then metallic colors, and then a gloss finish. The weapon there, I just added the silver on the back and then the yellow on top of that because these two bits aren't actually painted. So silver leaf chrome all over like a silver paint, and then yellow it up. I think it's like 2 layers of yellow paint, just hand painting it. Same with the logo there, and then just very carefully with the smallest brush possible, just sort of brushing on the bump where the build logo is. So that took a bit of effort. And you see, I didn't do anything with these fist hands. These as they got quite a lot of the top torso. It's just a basic color. Once again, I did do the gunmetal on the belt, silver, and then gunmetal on the belts, and then this silver on the back of the head and back of the armor. Also silver on the upper arm as well. And these bottles, primer, metallic coloring, and then painting black on where there's black. And of course I did use these little logo like pattern stickers there because that would have been too hard to paint those details. The front there, I did paint the silver on the lower torso, that line there. As for this piece, again, primer, metallic spray, red first, and then I masked the red area, blue, and then I just used my hand to paint the silver on top of there. So I think that worked out quite well. And with the Gates sort of build, armor torso, I did go over where all these like silver bits with a metallic red pen. I was a little bit worried because the Gundam Marker pens are quite corrosive, like they're quite strong. There's a thinner inside them that could potentially snap joints and stuff, but I guess I was lucky. So I let it all dry properly now and even painted in the joints and stuff, because these joints are quite thick, so it worked quite well. The arms I was a little bit more worried. I painted up more black there, as I should, and I forgot to do that, but I'm hoping that it's not meaningless. I suppose I can't, my will or to go back to these is like zero now. I really don't want to go back and keep painting these because I like painting models and stuff, but it does drain me mentally. Every time I see a little bit that I miss, I have to go back and do it again. It's really annoying. So I don't do that. Now this head already had the black paint on there, so I didn't bother painting that. So I just a black line on the back of the torso again, just metallic red. Now I didn't spray metallic red on the actual torso. I used the metallic red Gundam Marker pen to go all the way around over it. So that was quite easy to do, because I added the black paints on here as well afterwards. Same with the torso, primer, metallic red, mask it, metallic blue, and then just use hand paint to go all over it, and then a gloss finish. So if you use a flat finish on these, the effect wasn't good and it didn't have the nice build shine to it, so I did have to go back and respray the gloss. Unfortunately, that's turned out okay, but of course, if you paint this yourself, just start with the gloss there and don't bother with the flat finish, because it just doesn't look good. The drive itself, 0 stickers. So whole thing again, it was the white primer and then a second layer of white paint to really make the white proper. And then, you know, black around the bottom, around the edge, and then blue paint, red paint, black paint, red paint, and then I just got black and yellow paint in the middle there, just a really thin pen, just saw the shape, you know it's not right, it's silly. And of course the metallic green and silver button there. I did the same with the Zeo one. I didn't bother painting the middle there black, probably should, but I really can't be bothered to go back to these anymore. So yeah, that's my paint process. So there you go, that's what I did to paint these up so they look better than if you just use these stickers. Now for the rest of the CO stuff, I do like some of the other armor, so I will pick up not all, but some of the shoulder ride sets. But as for painting them, I don't know, it seems like a lot of effort to paint them individually. I will paint some of them, but maybe not in as much detail. I'll probably go in, I'll do the spray paint just to give it a nice sort of better finish than the original really glossy and cheap looking plastic, but I'll probably use a bit more stickers with those. So there you go, that's roughly my paint process on to make these figures look better than they are if you were to just use the stickers. Now I suppose you could just use stickers and painstakingly go through every nook and cranny just using like a really thin needle or toothpick to really push the details out, but honestly some of these pieces is much easier just to spray a single color on them and make them look so much better. Even if you don't want to paint it, after you apply the stickers, if you're not good at painting and stuff, you can still apply the stickers and then just run the whole figure over with a basic sort of flat finish. Not matte. Matte and flat is different. Flat is somewhere in between gloss and matte. It's closer to matte, but it's not matte. And that's how you would get the nice sort of a rider sort of suit texture. And will make it look much better than the original sort of glossy plastic that makes it look quite cheap and unrealistic. So yeah, I hope you found this video useful. I hope you enjoy it. Now for the future of the series, I do like some of the CEO armors, so I'll probably pick up a few more of these shoulder ride sets. Not all of them, just some of them. As for painting them, I probably won't go into as much detail as these, but I do feel like I still want to just give it a basic spray and then apply the stickers. So yeah, we'll see. Just not going so deep into these because these take ages. You know, with my job, and I have a full-time job, like I said at the start of this video, and lots of other things to do, other videos, etc, etc. So what I had to do was, like, every night after I come home, if I have enough energy, I'll just go, you know, spray it or paint it, just bit by bit at a time, because you really can't rush painting stuff like this. The paints will get messed up, it will mix up, and you just get frustrated. So you only do like a bit at a time, like, okay, I'm gonna do all the Chaos Black spray tonight, let it dry overnight, and the next day I'll come back and I'll do a little bit more, like mask it and spray the second bits I can spray, and then after that, you know, I'm just bit by bit by bit. So, you know, all in all, it took me an entire week. Like, not continuously, an entire week, like every night, 7 days every night, to get these done in, I won't say fast, but in a relatively still relevant time frame to get them looking like this. So if you feel like you need these, I mean, these are nice figures, they're nice ones to play around with. They have lots of molded detail, and they're relatively cheap. If you don't care about, you know, the bigger figures, and you just want to have a nice collection of armors, these Shodo sets have been quite good for completionists. They have a lot of armors that don't even show up in the TV series or movies. So, and they're just very complete. So if you want to pick these up and you know a little bit of paint, a little bit of spray skills, you can definitely get these and make them look really nice, nicer than these. I didn't paint these perfectly, nowhere near perfect, but I think these look way better than their original forms. And if you're even better at painting, like you're really used to painting model kits and stuff, you can probably do an even way better job than me and make these look super accurate and maybe even sort of like mini figure arts quality. So yeah, check these figures out. They're quite fun to play around with and they're quite fun to paint. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below. And of course, take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.